And I'm sick and tired of us being played every 4 years. Guys, Vice President Harris has sat up under Biden for 4 years and watched inflation grow, groceries skyrocket, gas skyrocket. Some of you guys have excellent credit. You can't even buy a house right now. Well, what the been doing the last 4 years? Okay, well, that wasn't me. That was my boss. Okay, when you sat up under him for 4 years and you haven't come up with a plan yet, you can't respect black people enough that when a microphone is put in front of your face for you to say without a teleprompter what the you're going to do for us. I'm sorry, I can't allow that anymore as a black man. And if you're okay with being disrespected and lied to and gassed up every 4 years, that's embarrassing, bro.
All right, y'all, we are back with another video. And before we start, please put prayers for Donald Trump in the comment section. We must protect President Trump at all times. Now, bring me to this video right here where JD Vance. Now, JD Vance been doing a very, very good job. He's been taking the hard questions. He's giving good answers. But yet, y'all been seeing Tim Walz and Kamala Harris, they've been avoiding the reporters. They don't want to answer any questions. The only thing they want to do is go to these rallies and tell a whole bunch of lies, because it's just a lot of people at the rallies that don't ask you questions. You just get to get up there and just say whatever you want. So this is what Kamala Harris has been doing. This is exactly what she's been doing. She's been avoiding questions and stuff because she know how bad she is. And this was one where JD Vance walked up to Kamala Harris' plane demanding answers. But yet she'll rather do this with the children that was there, her and Tim Walz. They are so fake and phony, and I'm just so sick of it. How can anybody want to vote for Kamala Harris? The woman don't even want to do any interviews. All she want to do is just push a narrative when she do these rallies. It is just unbelievable. I can't see how anybody want to vote for this woman. We must elect President Trump. Please. But like I said, please hit that like button, subscribe to the channel. That way you can stay up to date with everything that's going on. Without further ado, let's go ahead and dive straight into this from Liberal Hive Mind so y'all can see exactly what I'm talking about. Let's go.
Hey guys, welcome to the Liberal Hive Mind, a channel solely focused on exposing the abundant hypocrisy of the left.
Yes, sir.
Alright, so here we go again. Leftoids ask for something, and then once the direct response is exactly what they asked for, they run away and play victim. You know, there's that classic Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez meme, where she's shoveling the dirt over the fence, and then once the mud is thrown back to her side, she plays the victim. You know, I don't know, something like "I was murdered."
Here's your word, here's your word.
I was murdered.
You were murdered. Okay,
Well, that meme's a meme for a reason, and it's funny for a reason, because it's true. And once again, Democrats engage in the exact same kind of behavior.
Yep.
What have they been saying over the last couple of weeks?
I do hope you'll reconsider to meet me on the debate stage. Because as the saying goes, if you've got something to say,
Ooh, Trump and Vance are running away. What a bunch of cowards. They won't say it to our faces as they run away from the Fox News debate, or really any media interview, especially non-scripted. But anyways, apparently the Trump campaign's the one running scared. That's the narrative they're trying to set. But today, I guess that narrative bubble bursts, yet another one, as JD Vance shows up in front of Kamala Harris's plane on the tarmac, exposing her for the liar that she is, essentially taking her call to action, but now, of course, he's the bad guy. He's a thug. He's a bully. Of course, the typical Democrat behavior of taunting the other side, then getting exactly what they asked for, then playing the victim. Let's have a conversation of this very unique JD Vance clip that just hit Twitter. We got some stuff to get into, so let's roll the tape. Alright folks, so this just happened to happen. JD Vance's plane arrives on the same tarmac as Kamala Harris's, and he decides that it's time to take advantage of that little unique scenario. Take a look at what happened.
I figured I'd come by and one, just get a good look at the plane, because hopefully it's going to be my plane in a few months, but I also thought you guys might get lonely because the Vice President doesn't answer questions from reporters and hasn't for 17 days. Have they given you guys an explanation for why she won't take questions from reporters? No? Nobody? Okay, great. Well, I hope that she changes her mind because it'd be good for the American people, and I think it'd be good for you all if she actually ran a real campaign instead of one from a basement with a teleprompter. So have a good one, guys. See ya.
What would you like to hear from her?
I'd love her to answer some questions. I'd love her to just answer what she wants to do and also explain why every single position she has changed. She pretends to be a prosecutor, yet she pretends to be a tough-on-crime prosecutor, and yet here she is wanting to defund the police. She's the border czar, yet she's opened up the American southern border. This is a person who has to answer the questions from the media, and it's disgraceful that she runs for you guys. It's also insulting to the American people. But anyway, we're going to go do our event. I appreciate you guys being here. I wish she paid you some more attention. See ya.
And just like that, I guess the conversation's over.
Wow.
JD Vance isn't running anywhere. In fact, he maintains that he's totally willing to show up to any debate.
Exactly.
And refuses to take a single question from the American media. Now, it's well known, of course, that President Trump and I will go anywhere. We'll answer any question because we respect the American people enough to actually ask them for their vote rather than...
The person who's running away here is obviously Kamala Harris. You know,
Exactly. Kamala Harris is the one that's running away. I can't see how a lot of people can't see through this fake woman. This woman is fake. She get on that stand and talk about, well, I hope Donald Trump reconsider debating me because if you got something to say it to my face. And then she do that cringy laugh. That laugh is just so annoying. It's so disturbing because I know deep down inside it's fake. She want nothing to do with Donald Trump. She don't want to debate Donald Trump. She knows she cannot beat Donald Trump. She know her policies ain't better than Donald Trump's. All she do is get in front of that crowd and pander and say things that they just want her to hear. Like I told you, when she's in front of a black crowd, she's going to try to talk like black people. Walk it like you talk it. If you got something to say it to my face. Like I'm telling you, this woman, all she does is panders. She won't answer any questions. And then when they finally put the camera on her out there where J.D. Vance was, her and Tim Walz was avoiding the reporters. They were screaming at him, saying, hey, what'd you think about when Donald Trump said this? What'd you think about when J.D. Vance said this? They just ignored the reporters. Won't answer any questions. Would just rather sit over there and hug on the kids and stuff like that instead of answering the questions that the American people want to hear. But this is what they doing. I told you, she is fake. She knows she cannot beat Donald Trump. That's why she really don't want to debate him. She just said that to make it seem like Donald Trump is scared. Now you seen MSNBC, CNN, ABC, all of them networks was running wild. Donald Trump is scared. Donald Trump is scared to debate Kamala. Now Donald Trump show up to this event where he was in front of a black audience. Kamala Harris did not show up, and she had the same invitation. Trump said yes. She said no. Now Donald Trump just went live today at Mar-a-Lago and said that he accepted, to do 3 events with Kamala Harris. She still haven't said yes yet. So why is she waiting? What's taking her so long to want to debate Donald Trump? He said he's ready. He said he accepted a debate from ABC, Fox News, and Kamala Harris haven't accepted yet. So she is running scared. She putting on this fake persona to make it seem like Donald Trump is scared of her, but when she's the one that's scared to debate.
Just think about the last 2.5 weeks, for instance. It's been nonstop criticism and questions targeted towards Kamala Harris, obviously, as she's now the newly Democrat-ordained leader of the party. And of course, we've seen vigorous debate on all of these issues. But you know what we haven't seen over the last 2 weeks? We haven't seen Kamala Harris say a single thing.
Nope.
We haven't seen Kamala Harris be challenged on a single thing.
Nope.
In fact, all we've seen is the media essentially defending her. Meanwhile, she's completely freaking MIA. But somehow she's the courageous one who's ready to get into the ideological arena, really ready to engage in the battle of ideas. Give me a freaking break. She is a no-show, MIA. She only ever shows up on a big stage, and you know what? I gotta give it to her. They're doing the Trump-style rallies, and it's totally masking her. Kamala Harris doesn't even really have to speak much. She's just showing up and then introducing her vice president, or showing up and introducing a celebrity who's ready to twerk on stage.
Exactly.
They're running, and most importantly, they're running from their record, and people ought to understand that. It's, of course, pure projection. When you're the weak one, what do? You point the finger at the other side, and you accuse other people of doing essentially what you did. Oh, look over there, Mr. Officer. Meanwhile, the criminal sneaks out the back door. In this case, Kamala is the criminal. Although obviously that's already implied. I didn't have to say that, it just felt good saying that, so I said it. She's the one who's guilty of what she's accusing the other side of. As per usual, with these Democrats, it's always the exact same thing. Nobody's running from debate, nobody's running from scary ideas. No, that's your job. In fact, why don't we use Tim Walz's own words to essentially make the point that I'm talking about?
I think we need to push back on this. There's no guarantee to free speech on misinformation or hate speech, and especially around our democracy.
Tim, we censor ideas that we don't like or that are scary. Waltz. Yeah, censoring speech, running from debate, using power to influence discussion, which is literally what you Democrats are doing by trying to rig the debates once again and refusing to participate in any debate that isn't totally co-opted and controlled by you. And that, of course, follows all the attempts to avoid engaging in democracy after trying to rip Trump off the ballot, throw him in jail, and then, of course, a freaking attempt on his life. They are the ones who are running, and obviously, the Trump-Vance team, they're the ones who are up for the task. You know, the contrast is obviously clear. J.D. Vance has been in front of the press for the last week and a half. He's been dealing with a total media onslaught. The same press that he's dealing with and engaging with is the same press that's trying to destroy his vice presidential campaign, yet he's still out there taking on all the accusations that he's a misogynist, a scary fascist, a never-Trumper, the list goes on. He's in front of the cameras taking it on. Donald Trump obviously is doing the same thing, but Kamala is nowhere to be seen. She's obviously the one who's scared to debate. Somehow they've created this...
Exactly. She's the one that's scared to debate. Y'all remember when she was trying to say Donald Trump was scared, when MSNBC, CNN, all of them networks that don't like Donald Trump would say he was running scared. But why isn't they making the same videos about Kamala Harris running scared? That she haven't been in front of the camera. She haven't did any interviews. She haven't even accepted a debate against Donald Trump yet. He said he got 3 of them that he already done accepted, and she still haven't accepted 1. Why isn't they making videos about Kamala Harris being scared, but yet they said that about Donald Trump, even though he wasn't scared? He just wanted to wait to see who their nominee is going to be before he start putting all his energy toward Kamala Harris. Then he destroy her, and then they try to do another switcheroo with somebody else. But they call Donald Trump scared, but they won't call Kamala scared. When Donald Trump has called her out, she no-showed one event, and she still haven't accepted the debate yet. And J.D. Vance been taking all the questions, giving all the answers, and you won't see Tim Walz or Kamala doing anything but talking at the rally because ain't no reporters there to ask them any question. They can just blurt out all type of BS that they want to.
Illusion now that Kamala is a fierce debater and public speaker. But come on, there's a reason they're running. 2 seconds of this.
She was a border czar, which she doesn't admit it now. You know, the only thing they have going is the media will play off all of the bad things that happened during her term. She was so bad that 5 weeks ago, they wanted to remove her because she was unthinkable to be president. They were going to go with anyone. And then they were afraid that they would offend people if they did that. And all of a sudden, inch by inch, and then she ends up taking over. Now the same press that thought she was the worst vice president in history, which is true, going along with the worst president in history. And he went down after the debate, and there was nothing much they could do. They tried to come back. Then they brought her in, and everybody said, it'll never be her. She's so bad. She's incompetent. And after they studied it a little bit, they realized it's not going to be so easy to do. So they say, well, look, the press is going to do whatever we want because the press is a rigged deal. The press is the media, outside of you people, of course, but the media is so they're trying to build her up to the next Margaret Thatcher liberal version, and I don't believe it's going to happen.
And Kamala's entire campaign.
And y'all see that? You see how Donald Trump is ready to come on and, you know, answer questions and stuff, take the hard questions. But see, that's the thing right there. Kamala, she is just fake. She is fake, man. That's pretty much all I got to say. I can't see how anybody wants to vote for this woman. I mean, you literally heard what Donald Trump just said. Then you go get Tim Walz, a man that let riots just burn down the city. He didn't care anything about it. Lied about his military background. Then you got Kamala Harris, who so worried about letting prisoners and stuff out, want to defund the police. This is who people want to support for president? What?
Campaign is over. I think they're having some serious flashbacks here to when Tulsi Gabbard tanked her entire career. They're trying to shield Kamala at all costs while peacocking as if they're the tough ones and they're the ones ready to engage in rigorous debate. Give me a frickin' break. They're running scared. The Trump team continues to show up, continues to get the camera on them. This right here, this was certainly a stunt. Now I'm just sitting here wondering if the snake's gonna come out from under the rock. You know, is Kamala gonna be coerced from coming out of her hiding? I guess we'll have to see, but anyways, this is what I got for you.
Yep. So she's running scared, and you see what JD Vance did. He literally walked up to her plane. He pretty much was waiting to see was she gonna walk out, was she gonna try to come to the reporters. But y'all see at the beginning of the video where she really was just dodging questions. Her and Tim Walz acting like they really over there playing with the kids and stuff like that instead of going over there answering questions that the American people want to know, and this is who they want to support. I mean, this is just mind-blowing. This is just crazy to me. This woman is scared, just like Tim Walz is scared of JD Vance. And I can't wait till they debate either. But like I said, y'all let me know in the comment section what y'all think about it. Thank you all for watching. Don't forget to go over, subscribe to Liberal High Mind. He put out great content. The reason why I love covering it, I absolutely learn a lot watching his videos and stuff like that. I really appreciate that. And I'll catch y'all in the next one.